You're listening to the Intuitive Souls Podcast. I am your host, Erica Russo, psychic medium and intuitive development coach. This show is all about giving you the conversations, tools, and wisdom you need to live life the intuitive way. Whether you are waking up, wanting to develop your intuition and connection to spirit, or wanting to live a more magical life, I got you covered. I give you grounded, practical, and insightful content that helps you wake up, level up, and connect with your soul. I'm excited you are here. Let's wake up together. Hey guys, welcome to the Intuitive Souls Podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I'm really excited that the universe led you here. If you are an OG and you keep coming back and you keep learning and growing and listening and trusting your intuition and living your life with fucking intention, I love you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate every single download and every single like. You guys are making this so enjoyable for me. And I am so appreciative to have this platform and this space where I can talk about the things that I'm passionate about and the things that I feel I need to get off my chest. And this episode is gonna do just that. So stick around. If this podcast is helping you, if the tools and the tips and the tricks and the conversations are expanding your consciousness, making you look at things differently, making you reevaluate, making you happier, I would be eternally grateful if you can head on over to iTunes and write a review. Those reviews allow me to get this podcast to the ears that need to hear it. And now, more than ever, I think that these conversations and these ideas can really help a lot of people. Before you go ahead and click submit, make sure you send a screenshot to me at hello@ericarusso.co, no M, and I am going to send you a gift, whether that is some subliminals that I've recorded or a guided meditation, just as a thank you for taking that time out to support my small business. With that being said, today I'm just feeling like I need to riff because I woke up today with a little sass in my step and my Leo rising just kind of roaring to go. And I need to talk about this and I need to just state this because it's important. You know, if there's anything that I have learned throughout my life and through being a spiritual mentor and working with incredible women so closely and seeing their life and seeing how their journeys are unfolding as well as my own, there's something that I can say, and that is that there is not one person, not one journey that is alike. Everybody has signed on to experience different emotions and different events and different relationships. And we've all signed on to have different themes occur in our life. And whether that is heartbreak or, working through self-worth issues or, connecting to God, connecting to your higher self, whatever that is, everybody is walking their own unique path. And I think that's just absolutely incredible. And the thing that I want to talk about today is the concept of a standard, happy life. Standard. That's the word that's really sticking out to me. And I hope that it's sticking out to you right now. Because guys, this is kind of just coming through me. I was not planning on recording this episode. I just felt like I had to. So I'm just going to let the universe kind of speak through me right now. And that is, we have been programmed since we were young, since we came into this life, that there is a standard way that we should live our life. And that usually looks like graduating high school and getting a bachelor's degree or going on and getting more education, falling in love, getting married, starting a family, buying a home, starting to retire, starting to invest. That's really the standard, right? Having 2 kids and maybe the mom is a stay-at-home mom and the dad, works or whatever. But I think that's kind of like the dictionary version of what society wants us to view as a successful, fulfilled life. And I think that's fucking crazy, to be completely honest. And I realized within my own life that that was the norm for me, and that is the belief that I held for so many years, that you go, you get a bachelor's degree, and as a woman in society, you get your bachelor's degree, you work for a couple of years, and then you get married and you pop out kids, and then you're a stay-at-home mom, and then maybe you go in and get a job once your kids are in school, or maybe you just stay at home. But that was the belief that I held for so many years. And that was the belief that my husband held for so many years. And that was the belief that, my parents instilled within me. But that was the belief that they created for themselves. So it was passed down to me that the husband, made, excuse me, made the money, and the wife stayed at home and raised the children. And I just kind of took that belief and called it my own. And as much as I am grateful for the experience and the opportunity to have stayed home and been a stay-at-home parent, until my youngest was 5 years old and he finally went to kindergarten. That time frame of me not having anything in my life was a uphill battle as far as my mental and emotional well-being was concerned. Um, I really felt very disconnected, and it was really, really hard for me. And I struggled with postpartum depression, and I don't even know if I should call it postpartum depression, because it was the fact that I was trying to live a life that society told me that I should live. And I wasn't fulfilling what was making me happy. I wasn't creating the life that I knew I wanted for myself. I was doing what society and the people around me were saying, that's what you do. And I was miserable, and I was completely, disconnected. And I'm grateful for it, because it eventually brought me to a place of having the spiritual awakening back in 2017. But we have to stop trying to fit into a fucking box. We have to stop, and we have to become aware of the beliefs that are instilled within us, and like what we think a good marriage looks like, and what we think a perfect happy house looks like, and what our life should look like. And we need to start asking ourselves, how do we want to feel? Okay, let's not look at what the standard is, and let's ask ourselves, well, how do I want to feel? What are the things that I want in my life that are going to allow me to connect to my higher self? How do I want to feel every single day? What sparks joy within me? What reminds me every single day that I am a soul having a human experience? Those are the questions that we should be asking ourselves, not what society means or society wants us to look like. My life is so much different than the standard person's. And I love that about my life. And I wish that for everybody. We are the universe in a body. We are the cosmos. We are so much more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. And it's through our egoic experience that we start to think that we are merely a person who is here and is learning and paying our bills. And that's just fucking dumb. That's just not the case. You are so much more powerful than you give yourself credit for. And instead of what the belief that you're holding on to because maybe your parents gave it to you or society gave it to you. I'm saying society a lot. I apologize for that, but whatever, it's just coming through me. Let's start asking ourselves, what do I want
my life to look like? What do I want my life to feel like? When I wake up in the morning, what are the emotions that I want present? Do I want gratitude? Do I want happiness? Do I want joy? Do I want calm? What is it that you desire? If you want to create the life of your dreams, you have to remember that you are in charge of that. It has nothing to do with what you think and what you have been told what happiness looks like. It's how you experience it. And that is the first step into transforming your life for the better. Ask yourself, what do you want? How do you want to feel? What are the things that you want inside of your home that spark gratitude within you? You have to be in control of your happiness. It is nobody else's responsibility but your own to show up for yourself, to grow some balls, to set boundaries, and to choose what is for you. And I've been speaking a lot about how we chose the karma that we brought in and how we chose the talents and everything like that. And I'm going to have another podcast episode where I'm going to talk deeper into those aspects because I have been doing behind the scenes a lot of work and really kind of learning how soul contracts work. Now, again, this is something that I'm going to have a completely different episode where I go into it deeper because this is something that, just like breath work, has been a huge tool in my own journey. And I will be sharing this very soon with you guys. So just stay tuned. But at the end of the day, regardless of the twin flames that we bring in or the soulmate relationships or the lessons that we have to learn through and experience, at the end of the day, free will trumps everything. Free will trumps everything. And everybody has that. Everybody has this opportunity, this tool that God or the universe has given to us called free will. And it's up to us to utilize it. You don't have to be in a relationship if you're not happy with it. You don't have to live your life the way others live their life because they're happy living their life this way. That doesn't mean that you're going to be happy. If it does, then great. But I think that everybody's life and everybody's journey is just so innately and uniquely theirs. So there's not going to be one specific way that you can live your life and be happy and fulfilled and have the life of your dreams. I really don't. You can learn about the things that others have learned along their path and what has helped them. But ultimately, it's up to you to find those tools and to find those forms of healing and expression and creativity that align with who you truly are. I can tell you right now on my journey the tools that have helped me immensely and how it's helped me with my emotional intelligence and growing and healing and expanding my consciousness. And breathwork has been such a pivotal tool in my journey, but it might not be your cup of tea. It is what it is, you know? Learning to read soul contracts has been a huge tool for me and my journey, but it might not be for you. You might be more aligned with astrology or human design or gene keys. It's okay. There is a language that is made for you. God has given us so many tools, crystals, Reiki, journaling, um, different types of therapy. Not everything is going to work for you, but I promise you there is something out there that will. Be the eternal student. Be on an adventure to find who you truly are. to experience the power that you hold within yourself. That is what your life is supposed to be about. That is what you are supposed to experience here on the earth realm in this time. If you're listening to this too, you're probably meant to help people because you're a light worker and all that shit. But you know what I'm going at. So I want you to literally buck what society is telling you a happy life looks like. Fuck it. I don't fucking care. And you get to determine what your happiness feels like. If that is if that means that you are a 40-year-old mother and you want to go and have a beautiful sleeve of tattoos because it makes you feel connected to the divine feminine, you go do that. If that means that you sit in meditation for an hour a day, you go do that. You have free will. And I'm here to remind you that. I'm here to let you know, like, don't try to follow the rules. The rules were created because they want to keep us safe. Your relationships and the way you live your life is your responsibility, and it is your choice. And I want you to remember that. Don't listen to anybody else but your inner voice when it comes to what works for you. Find the things that light you the fuck up. Find the things that spark joy and do more of them. That is what your intention for this life should be. So, that was a good one, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that this gets to the right person at the right time. Fuck everything that doesn't make you aligned. That's all I'm trying to say. Thank you guys for being here. And find those things that spark joy within you. Find the things that are meant for you and do more of them. I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I love you guys. Remember, trust yourself, trust the process, and I'll see you next week.